All right, so this is the fourth one that I've done now. I'm going to go back to this equation, this idea of C plus L equals W, where C is the cost of materials, which again are also a labor cost, even though they're not realized by the current manufacturer. They were realized earlier in the production process. So that's the cost of materials, and we'll say that L is the cost of labor. Then W is the exchange value, or we like to just think of this as our regular value. This is the money value, okay, that we're very, very used to. Marx broke it down one more step, and this is part of the reason why I don't use the labor theory of value anymore, at least in my opinion. And this is what makes it so controversial or so rebellious or so radical, or what people really don't like about it is he went one step further. He said, let's break down this L. Remember, we said L, this is our cost of our labor. If we look at this model, what's missing from this model is there's no way to make a profit, right? So if I'm the capitalist or I'm the manufacturer, I paid C for my cost of materials, I paid L for my cost of labor. Now W, I have this exchange value that I'm selling this W for. How am I making a profit? Well, one way you could say is, well, you have to sell it for higher than W. You have to sell it for its price. And price is different than exchange value. And it is. We'll talk about it a little bit later, the idea of supply and demand changing this exchange value. But for people that believe in the labor theory of value, supply and demand will only alter this W value. The price might go above or below the exchange value, but it'll always go towards that W value. But what Marx did is, he came up with profits a different way. He said, okay, this L, we're going to split this L apart. We're going to say that C plus, now he's going to split this L into two parts. He's going to say we're going to have one part's going to be our NL, and the other part's going to be our SL. Okay, NL stands for necessary labor. And SL, or sometimes SV, is our surplus. Our surplus labor, sometimes our surplus value. Okay, and what Marx said was that the way profits came from was underpaying the workers. So imagine we have a shirt and we have the raw material. So we're going to go back to our example of our shirt again. Here we go. So we have our shirt. I'm drawing T-shirts here, so you got to use your imagination, because I'm not a very good drawer yet. I'm working on it. It's part of the reason why I'm doing these lectures. I want to get better at this. And that one's so bad, maybe I'll just start over altogether. So I have my shirt. All right, that's a better shirt. You can kind of pretend it's a shirt. So my shirt costs my raw materials. Let's say my raw materials. We used C for that. So if our raw materials are $100 or $10, make a cheaper shirt. Our labor cost is $10. Then our W's got to be $20. Well, Mark said there's no profit here. The way we make profit is that, now if we look here, the laborers or the workers add $10. Well, just because they add $10 worth of value doesn't mean we paid them $10. So his idea was that, okay, so we'll pay the workers $5, and then the capitalists will get $5, and this will be the profit. And this will be what we pay the laborers.